Next up, we have an awesome session. And this is very much, I think, relevant to a lot of us, but something that really hasn't been talked on a lot at the summit. We're bringing on Billy from Chat Funnels. We're going to talk chat boxes. This guy is basically, Billy, I'm bringing you on, lives and breathes chat everything, right? Chat boxes on your website. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Billy?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Zach. So I'm one of the founders of Chat Funnels, and what we do at Chat Funnels is we have a conversational engagement platform. So if you want to use chatbots to engage your customers and to automate things, we can help you do that. If you want to just have a live chat with people and engage them right away, we're there to help you with it. Our real philosophy is we can use intelligent information to engage people to the right people. That's really what we believe the bot's best at, is let's get the right people connected, and we can do it 24/7 with the bot.
I love it. And if a lot of you are having like deja vu right now, Royal Bateman works with us. A lot of you might have demoed with him before. And we've done a lot of cool work with Billy as well on our chat box, on our site. They do awesome work. So it's great to have you, man. So I guess where to start, all of us, I mean, every single website today, you go on and there's a chat box on there, right? So
yep.
What are the things that make a difference between like an amazing chat system and an amazing chat box that's just crushing it versus, just a little icon in the bottom right-hand corner of my website?
Yeah, so I'll start off with a few things that are just general to anyone, not just real estate.
Yeah.
The first thing is you got to have a real goal of how you're going to help your customers when you put a bot onto your site. So a lot of people, this is one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen, was, okay, we bought, whatever platform it is, and we're going to put this bot on our homepage that does like anything you could want to do. We're going to take you to support. We're going to take you to sales. We're going to find articles for you. We're going to do FAQs. And initially, when you get started, like, you don't know how to do all of those things well yet with your customers. So whenever you're getting started putting a new strategy, whether it's a bot or even just having live chat available, what you want to do is choose one goal that you're going for. And so that goal could be, hey, we're going to build a bot that books showings for us for this subdivision that we've got listed. And on the page for that, we know, they're in the Provo area or wherever it is. We're in LA, whatever neighborhood. And we can figure out what questions we need to ask people and when we should be targeting them to let them automate booking an appointment. So they don't even have to talk to anybody. They can know, okay, Zach, if you were the agent, you would sync up your calendar and say, I'm available for showings in this neighborhood during these times. They could just come in the middle of the night. They don't even have to call you. They could say, oh yeah, I am pre-approved for a loan. I'm interested in this house. And then your calendar would be given to them and they can book a meeting right there and say, okay, well, we're going to meet you here at this time and let's look at this house together. And then you get that information as an agent and go off and do it. Just start with one use case. If you're going to have live chat, you really got to be responsive is the next thing I would say. Is the biggest problem we see with live chat is you're not responsive. Like, companies put it on and we've all been there. Like, okay, is anyone coming to talk to me?
To the point where you almost expect, because you've had that experience so many times on so many sites where there is no response, you almost expect it, right?
Yeah. You're like, why do I even bother with this? It's because it's done badly. So what you want to do is be responsive. If you're going to have live chat available, make sure somebody is watching that and gets notified whenever somebody wants to chat with you, and that they are trying to do their best to be as responsive as possible. We've found some benchmarks with our customers for being productive on live chat is if you can have an average response time of under 1 minute, you're doing really good. Like 90% of the time, people are still going to be waiting around within a minute. and you're going to have a conversation with them, it's most likely going to be productive. If you're in that 1 to 2 minute range, it's still okay. You're definitely starting to lose people at that point. But if you're averaging over 2 minutes, you got to rethink your whole strategy on who's manning it. And if you're even it doesn't make sense for everybody. So
a lot of people, on this call, one of their main things is, okay, I want this chat box on my website because I want it to turn visitors into leads for me, right?
Yep.
What are some things that you've seen done around that work well, or just general advice in that area?
Yeah. So be clear about your offer is the first thing. So if you want to generate leads with a bot, and this is whether you're in real estate or selling software or selling tractors, be very clear with whatever you're offering them. Is it a showing? Is it a consultation? Is it a product tour? Is it a pricing discussion? Be very clear that this bot can help you accomplish this thing from the beginning, and then set the expectations of what they need to do for that to happen. So often we'll see like somebody wants a demo and the bot will say, yeah, I can help you book that demo. Then they've set it up so that the bot's going to ask 12 questions before they can schedule that demo or watch the video demo. And they don't tell them like, hey, I need you to answer these 12 questions, and this is why. I would never say have 12 questions before you give them what they want. Optimal is 3 to 4 questions. So you could ask them, like, hey, what neighborhood are you looking for? Great. What's your price range? Okay, what's your name? What's your email, your phone number, something like that. But be very clear on what that offer is and set the expectations within that bot. And then the next thing is really like be optimizing that. Like, as much as we'd love to just set it and forget it with a chatbot, you gotta like always be looking at it and thinking, okay, how can we make this better?
Yeah. So talking just chat and messenger bots in general, what are some trends that you're seeing? I'm sure there's been a lot of growth there. You wouldn't be involved with it, right? So
yeah, people want answers now. That's the trend that we're seeing. They no longer want to come and fill out a form and wait for somebody to call them back. Although I'm looking for a new house right now. I filled something out on Zillow. Somebody called me within 2 minutes. Yeah. And I'll tip my hat to that agent for being right on it. But people want answers now. Like, we no longer want to wait around for somebody to get back to us. And what chat does for you is it allows you to get answers to people right away, whether that's via a bot or live chat. And so one of the trends we've seen is we've been running a study with a few of our customers to see how having a form versus chat affects contact rates for people. Okay. So the way that this worked is they had a form. Half the visitors got a form for an offer, and then the other half got the bot when they clicked, I want this demo. And what they found is what we would do is within the bot, we would have a trip point where it would say, okay, they're not quite qualified yet, but it looks like they are probably somebody we want to talk to. At that point, we can route an agent in if they're available. And what we would found is that by doing that with the bot versus waiting for them to fill out the whole form, submit it, goes into the CRM, pray the agents email or call them back as soon as possible, they had a 50% higher contact rate. So they were talking to way more people, having those conversations with them to find out.
Generated from the chat box actually had a higher contact rate?
Yes. Yeah. And the main reason is speed to lead. With the bot, you can talk to people right there. Think about, if we've got a form on our site to say, like, hey, I want to see this home, or I want to do a consultation. You got to wait for them to submit the whole form before they're there and they're ready to talk to you. With a bot, what you can do is once they start chatting with the bot, depending on how you've set it up and what you're ready to do, you can get alerted right away as soon as they initiate that conversation if you want to. And on your high intent pages, that's what we advise all of our customers to do, is if you've got a page like a pricing page, or for a lot of people, or with real estate, like hey, these are my listings. I want to know when anyone initiates a conversation on those pages, I can get a text message. I can hop in and just start chatting with them right there.
Yeah.
And so you're able to just contact people right now. And what we're seeing is people don't want to wait around. The first person to contact me has the best chance of getting my business.
Yeah. We see a lot of, a lot of preferences around, and we were talking about this earlier, but I think chat, text, I mean, that's the way things are moving. You look at the younger generation, they don't call
Yep.
people, they don't even pick up their phone. They just want to text, right? And chat
Yep.
is an offshoot of that.
For
So,
sure. I see that with my own team. Like I'll ask somebody to research something and, I would do chat or get on a demo or a phone call with somebody. But even guys just, 5, 6 years younger than me, they'll just go in, they're just going to chat with them. Like they'll never get on a phone call until they're about ready to buy.
mhm.
They'll just get in. They're like, yeah, I'm chatting with him or I'm texting with the guy. I'm getting my questions answered for you. So
Yeah, cool. Okay, so if I want to go in and evaluate like my Chatbox game, what we're doing, and or if you were to come onto a consultation with me and just look at what we're doing with chat, I mean, what are some of the first things you'd be looking at? Obviously, that speed, right? But
yeah. Yeah. So the first things that we do when we're evaluating chat for somebody and just how well they're doing is we're going to look at them and see if they've got live chat, how fast are they responding? We found that is the leading indicator of success. If you're going to use live chat, is how fast are you responding to my live chat? And like those benchmarks I mentioned earlier, if it's slower than 2 minutes, like we can definitely help you with that.
mhm,
Even if you're in that 1 to 2 minute range, we can still help you with that. We built gamification into our product
nice.
to help your team know where they stand and rank them against the rest of the team.
Yeah,
Um, the next thing we're going to look at is what offers are you tying the bot to? Is the bot really providing ROI for you? If you're just using it to kind of be hey, we have a bot, but there's no clear use for it, you should definitely look at, okay, what is the one offer or use case we can do to start driving value, and something we can tie back to real money. Having the bot just to have it is nice, and if you want to pay for it and do that, fine. But I would tell anyone, you want to tie this back to real money. So whether that's booking for a realtor, if it's booking showings or consultations, and you can put a dollar value on those, that's what you should be doing to see if you really get the return on investment and if you close more deals as opposed to just having forms on your site.
yeah. Do you have benchmarks, or maybe you have some examples, clients you worked with where because the name, I mean, with a lot of this chat box, the name of the game is I get 1,000 visitors to my website. Can I convert more of those 1,000 visitors? And even if I can get 1% more, that's going to be a pretty significant attribution, right? I mean, are you
Yep.
are you seeing increases with chat versus other methods? Or
Yeah. We usually see an increase, and we always encourage all of our customers to do a split test.
okay,
And we help them set up those tests whenever possible. But what we see is as high as a 40% increase in the conversion rate with the bots once they're dialed in. And that's usually not right off the bat. The first iteration that you do for anyone, um, like it'll work, but the third iteration, that's when you're really dialed in and you learn what your customers want and how they want to interact with you. But anywhere from 5 to 40% increase in conversion rate is what we see with our customers.
okay, very cool. Running those split tests, and this is just kind of a more general marketing thing, but how many variables are you throwing at them? What kind of timelines are you typically running split tests over?
Yeah. So it all depends, Zach, is
Everyone
the
really like
answer.
what a split test is, I guess, because I think
Yeah.
most of us would love to hear that.
So what we do, can I share my screen on
Oh yeah,
this?
yeah,
Yeah.
please. That'd be awesome.
Let me share my screen with you. How do I do that?
So it
Oh,
should
here
be
we are.
able, yeah, and then
There we go.
throw it up.
Okay, awesome.
Cool.
Okay, so this is our product right here, and this is a bot that we built just as an example. And so this would be on a page for a specific property you've got listed. Okay.
Mhm.
And so the first question, is like, hey, it would pop up and would ask somebody, would you like a showing of this property? And you can even put the exact property name in there, the address. And they have an option. And right here, we've got yes. And so I haven't finished this bot out, but we can say, okay, I've got 2 questions for you. First, I'm going to ask for a name. Then we're going to ask for an email. And then what I do after that is if I'm the agent that owns this, or I'm building this out for my team, what I would do is I would put a calendar invite in here, and then we would select a meeting type, and we just call it a showing, and you can choose which agent gets that. Now, if it's one agent that owns it, you can just choose that agent and have it go directly to their calendar, where they've already set up the windows that they would be available for a showing if they don't have anything else booked. Or if it's shared between a group, you can round robin that between a group or any of your teams as well. Now, when you're testing this, what I would do is I would start at the top of the bot, or the funnel, as we like to call it. And so here, what I do is I would change that call to action that I've got. And I could run a split test. Now, here in our software, we've built it right in so that you can run these tests. So I just go, it's going to make me save before I do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start a new test. And I'm just going to call it Sisu. And then I'm going to select that bot that I've got here. And now it's already saved that original version. I can change this. And so I'll change the copy here is what I would start with. And I'll be a little more aggressive. Keep the buttons the same. Now I could change the buttons. And if I want to be conservative, I'm just going to change one thing at the very top and work my way down, is the very scientific way to do it. Yeah. The problem with that is it's slow. Like, you got to wait for enough data to come in to make changes and be like, oh, well, I had to wait for 500 people to look at this before I knew which one was the winner. Now, if I'm brand new to this, I'm just trying to figure it out, I would change everything pretty much. Okay. I would change my question order. I would change my CTA.
Completely different workflows and figure out which one works and then work from there, right?
Yep. And I would say, okay, I would say let it run for a little while. And then I would say, okay, this one looks like it's working a little better than the other one. And the software here will even tell you which one's the winner based on statistics, or you can set it to run over time. So here I can say, okay, my metric that I'm after, and if I'm starting at the top, I'm probably just looking for conversations. I just want to get more people talking to the bot or to me. Nice. And so then I can choose, okay, do I want to just run it for a day, for a week? Or do I want to run it based off statistics and see which one really proves out to be the winner based on the math? So here with that, I'm just going to choose stats. I'd pick a start time. And then what this will let me do is just choose, okay, when the stats say one's the winner, do I want to just have it automatically start serving that one all the time? Or will it just alert me and let me make the choice, put in any notes I want, and then I'll start running that test. Now I can also go in here and see, this is just an example of one, and I can see the stats on, okay, which one's doing better than the other on another bot that we've got running. And it'll give me all the metrics for what's working on these different bots that we've got. So really easy to do, but I would start at the top of your funnel. Like, okay, if I'm working through this and I'm trying to get more conversations, well, the first thing I'd start is, how am I getting people to engage with the bot if I've got it set?
Conversations in the first place.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. You got to have those conversations. So I'll how do I turn this off? There we go. but yeah, start running those split tests, really see how you're engaging with people. But your customers want to buy from you. And the best thing that chat does is it lets your customers engage with you right away, or your prospects that you don't know. I don't even know they're on the site. Well, if I've set up a bot, I can book meetings in my sleep. I woke up this morning and overnight, another demo had been set up, put on my calendar, and I'm ready to go. So
I love it. I like the scientific approach, right? You get a lot of C-suite people on here that they love the numbers to be able to use them to make the decisions. So I think you take that kind of split test and really run it anywhere. I mean,
yep.
I have people that run it with different scripts that they use in their prospecting. They'll run it with even like creating completely different systems, or they want to try a new system for scheduling appointments and the way that handoff works, or they want to implement an ISA team and try that out. Well, okay, we're going to split test it. We're going to run the numbers against each other, and we're going to see how it works. So. You guys definitely obviously have thought about that very much, because it's built into your product very thoroughly. I mean, even down to the whole, like, do I want this new feature, this new script to be implemented automatically if it becomes a statistical winner? I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we really try to say, stop guessing and start testing. Really figure out what's going to work for you. And bots are great, but bad bots lead to horrible experiences. And that's our goal, is let's avoid putting bad chat bots on our sites. Let's test and see what people want.
Yeah, totally. One of my favorite, this is a Chatbox thing, but me and my boss, Frank, had different ideas about which script was going to work better in a Chatbox, right? Well, we don't have to argue about it. Let's just go test it, right? I think his ended up winning. So I was wrong.
Yeah.
Not surprising there, but at least I got to test it, right? And so it helps from like a collaborative sense as a team to, have that mentality of, we're not going to talk about it. Let's just go test this stuff, see what works, and run with it.
For sure. Like, no need to argue and like have the boss just say, "Oh, I got it. I'm going to pull rank here." Just run the test and see what happens, So yeah, it's awesome. And we see our customers, we put them in, we implement them. First day, the sales teams are getting meetings booked right on their calendar. And usually the sales cycle is a little shorter, where they don't have to wait. And then you also, what they've found is they're not going up against as many competitors if they can get their customers engaged quickly. If you start talking to somebody, you're like, oh, okay, like, I can look at this house today and let's make this happen. You're not going to look at as many houses.
Yeah. So Bill, if someone on this call wants to get in touch with you, they want to, up their Chatbox game, they want to have you come in and look at their chat and find some ways. How do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best way is I'm always on LinkedIn. So just Billy Bateman on LinkedIn, send me a message. I'll check it. I check it every day. But you can also come to chatfunnels.com. If you want to see more, just book a demo with us. The bot will help you set that up. Or you can just start a free trial and get going on using the product as well. But yeah, like chatfunnels.com.
Header script kind of thing that you put onto your website that'll run it. Okay.
Yep. You put a little piece of JavaScript in the footer of your website, and you'll be good to go. And then if you have questions once you get going, we're there to help you the whole way through.
Cool, man. Well, appreciate you hopping on. Anything else you want to leave us with? Did we get to it all? Everything you wanted to cover?
I think we got to it all, the basics, but if you're interested, like, please reach out to me. Happy to help, and would love to just help more people get in touch with your customers right away and close more deals.
Love it. Billy, thanks for hopping on, man. We'll let you go. Appreciate you being part of this.
Thanks, Zach.
Have a good day, man. Everyone, his website's in the chat if you want to hop over there. So we'll see you, man.
Okay. See you guys.
Okay, we got 2 more speakers. We got Tristan from Lab Code Agents, and then, of course, Tom Ferry, our main keynote here coming up. we're going to take a short break, couple minutes here, and then we will come back on live with Tristan.